Behind me, 2011 Honda Pilot. We're going to be replacing the front brake pads and rotors. Let's get started. First thing we want to do is jack the vehicle up, put it on jack stands, and we'll pull the tire off. It's a 22 millimeter. Now we'll turn the wheel to get better access to our caliper. Now we want to take a flat bladed screwdriver and put it in this window right here. What we're going to do is grab onto the rotor, and we're going to pull towards us. This is sucking in that piston and also letting us know that the caliper is reusable. The slide pins are not seized and the piston can go back. Just pull it towards us just until it bottoms out. Perfect, about right there. Now we can pull off our 2 caliper bolts. Those are 17 millimeter. We'll hold on to the caliper. Then we'll get a caliper hanger, slide it in here, pull away, and then we'll just hang it right on our strut. Perfect, out of the way. You can pull off these springs on the brake pads, just like that, and like that. They're just little wishbone springs. Pads can come out. Now this one was metal on metal, so definitely time to replace them. Now with the bracket still on, holding it in place for us, I like popping off our hardware. Just get a screwdriver under it, pop up, just like that. Now there are 2 different hardwares. This one here has a little lip on the fat part. That's for the bottom. The top one, let me show you. The top one does not have that little lip on the fat part, but it does have a little hole in the top. The bottom hardware doesn't have that hole. So bottom, top. Now we can go ahead, scrape and clean off our channels just to get any of these crusties. These are aluminum brackets, so there shouldn't be any heavy rust or anything that can't just come right off. Now the bottom is usually the gunkiest, but we'll scrape the top too. And when we pull this bracket off, if you want to take a wire brush to it, go for it. Next, we'll grease our slide pins. We'll just pull them off the boot, just like that. Wipe them off really good. Now we'll get a silicone paste or a caliper grease just for these slide pins. And we'll go ahead and just put it on. Doesn't take a whole lot because the excess is just going to squish out anyway. Now we'll put it back in. I like to rotate it as it's going in. We'll do the same to the top. Super easy. Just get all this old stuff off. And we'll apply this new stuff. Nice even coating. Slide it in. Give it a twist. There we go. Now our caliper bracket is a 19 millimeter. For this top one, in order to clear our strut, we're just using a little extension. I'll get us past it. There we go. Perfect. Let me move you around and we'll pull off our rotor. Now Honda makes me nervous with the rotors because they put these Phillips rotor stays. Sometimes they like to seize. What we'll use to get those off is an impact driver with a number 3 Phillips. Put that in and then just pray for the best. There we go, that wasn't too bad. Do the next one. Hey, nice. Got it. All right, your rotor might be a little stuck. That's fine. Just hit it with a hammer. There we go. Now we just want to clean up this surface. Make sure there's nothing raised that'll cause a wobble or a vibration when we brake. They're actually really clean. You can use a wire wheel or whatever just to clean it up. Now let's prep our new rotor. Our new rotors have a protective coating on them for storage. What we'll do, take some brake clean, we'll spray our rotors and wipe them off. Nice clean rag. Get them all nice and, there we go. You just get the best you can. What we don't get off, we'll burn off later. All right, that's it. Now let's install it. All right, we will line up all our holes, making sure our Phillips are also accessible. Put just a little bit of anti-seize on it. Get that started. There we go. Do that to the other one. Just a little bit of anti-seize. Put that in. Now these do not have to be crazy tight, just snug. There we go. They're not gonna back out because your tire, the rim, is pressed tight against this whole area. So just good and snug. All right, let's put our caliper on. So we can put on our new hardware. Just remember what goes on the bottom, it has those little lips that go on the inside. Just press it in, good. And then the top will be the one with the hole in it. And we'll just press that in. There we go, perfect. Now let's bolt it down. Snug them up. Now the information I have says these are 101 foot-pounds. We throw in our pads. The outer pad does not have a wear indicator. So we'll just launch these in. There we go. Now the pad with the wear indicator goes towards the top. We'll just put that in. Wear indicator on the top. Perfect. Now we need to push in the caliper piston. We'll pull this off our strut, lower it down, just like that. So then we got it in front of us. Let me raise you a little so you can see better. I'm gonna take an old pad so it spans both pistons. And I'm gonna take my caliper tool, put it in, work it. And this is just gonna push it in. Let me get you a different angle, maybe you can see a little better what's happening. But I'm sure you get the idea. We're just pushing this in all the way. There's lots of different caliper piston tools. This is just one of them. Okay, I think that's it. Should be good enough. Take that out, back you up some more. Okay, here comes the fun part. We got our springs. I'm just gonna put the top one in the top. And really, these are the exact same, so there is no top or bottom. I'm just gonna put them in, just like that. Now we'll take our caliper, make sure our brake hose is not twisted. While holding the pad together, we'll put our caliper on, just like that. We can push in our slide pins. There we go. There, something like that. Put in our bolts. And the top bolt. Now we just want to make sure that those springs are still under the caliper. Sometimes they like to pop off or get wedged in between here or on the bottom side, depending on how you're sliding this around. But we are good to go. We'll snug these down. And these are 53 foot-pounds. All right, that's it. We'll straighten the wheel out and put our tire on. What I like to do is one side at a time. So now that I'm done with this side, I'll go in the vehicle, pump up the brakes. That'll put brake fluid back in these pistons so I don't forget and then put it in reverse and not have any brakes. So pump them up. That'll also prevent the master cylinder from overflowing. By pushing in these caliper pistons, we're putting fluid back in the reservoir. If we push in too many pistons at once, that reservoir will overflow. So one at a time does the trick. Good job. All right, that is it. Once you have both sides done, now we want to break in our new brakes. How we do that is we take it up to about 30, 35 miles an hour and come to a nice solid stop. Now we don't want to lock the brakes, but we do want to feel a nice positive slowdown. Then bring it back up 30, 35 miles an hour and do that about 4-5 times. And of course, be mindful of traffic around you. And that's it, you're good to go. Thanks for watching. I'll have links for the parts and tools in the description. If this was helpful, please like, subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.